Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, Love and Light. What do you think about emotions? Do you think that they should be shown? Do you think they should be hidden? Do you think that emotions were put on our path to hurt us or uplift us? Do you feel that emotions are an asset or a hindrance? Because the way you perceive how you experience or feel or resonate with whatever energy comes your way usually brings some type of emotion with it. You either feel real good about it or you feel like hesitant of it. You're either looking to invite it in willingly by accepting and receiving, or are you deflecting and pushing away? Because these are all things that we need to align within our balanced cycle system, if you will, like where all of our chakras are aligned, where we understand that emotion does have a lot to play, because how we feel sometimes is what limits us from perception. And if we can only feel or can't feel any emotion, then that leaves us pretty much limited. So I guess a homework assignment would be, how do you find and deal with and handle any or all emotions that may come your way? Do you accept them? Do you process them? Do you experience them? Or do you run away from them? Do you push them away? Do you deflect? Do you, suppress? And then try to put on like a stoic or unwavering form, like you're fighting what you really want to be and how you really want to feel. I know that long ago we were told that to cry is to be a wuss. To embrace your emotions would be girlish, which I never really accepted nor did I approve of, because yes, I am a girl, but I've pretty much been in masculine energy my entire life, and I never really dug that whole simulation, if you will, because I believe that we all have the ability to switch from feminine to masculine energies, and that we all have the ability to receive as well as to give. And when you're in masculine energy, you're setting things up, you're putting things in motion, and you're getting ready to receive. And when you're in feminine energy, that's where you become the magnet, and what you've set out to obtain will easily flow to you through the direction in which you set. And if you don't honor your emotions, then you may not get back exactly what you thought you should receive or tried to build, because you're lacking a piece of structure. And emotion helps us with our foundation. It helps us to be able to determine what is an upbeat sensation or a low dense energy that maybe wants to pull us into despair of any specific type. It doesn't matter, because that encompasses an awful lot of avenues. We can fall into despair over breaking our nail, right? We can fall into despair over something worse, right? More tumultuous, more life threatening, if you will, like illness, or limited abilities, right? Or I guess a tampered down perception is like the best word to say, or the best phrase. Because what you're doing is limiting yourself by holding pieces of you back. So, in order to really have long term success, you need to honor every part of you, and that includes your emotional side. And sometimes people feel vulnerable doing that. But start off small and be vulnerable with yourself in a secure spot where you don't have to worry about other energies, you know, looking at your vulnerability as a drawback, a shortcoming, a less than situation, because really you're building more growth into who you are by learning how to use all of your pieces to your benefit, and that includes understanding emotions. And emotions aren't here to limit us, they're here to help us. And when you realize that it's not wrong to be vulnerable with yourself and then with people that you care about or care about you, and then even with the outside public, by honoring, by having accountability, by not being afraid to let other people see you hold yourself in a vulnerable position, like what I'm doing right now. You could say that this is a little bit of a vulnerability because I'm getting a bunch of different messages, and they're coming in waves, and they're not just for one, but they're for a whole bunch of people. And I'm trying to make sure that everybody can see their own position on their own path with emotional, heartfelt capabilities. There you go. And I'm here to help you do that. And this is a very safe space. And there would never, ever be judgment. And I would always encourage you to take the place and open up your space to allow your emotional vulnerability not to be a liability, but to be an asset. We can work on that together. I've spent my whole life being very transparent, accepting everything, good, bad, or indifferent, as it came along, whether it was by my hand or initiated by another and I got caught up in the energy, or even if I broke that energy and went a different route and then showed through my example that it is okay, to honor your emotions. And it's also okay to use your discernment. And it's also okay to be vulnerable. That they're not shortcomings, that they're different avenues where you can gain more strength and value. My lovely collective, wherever you go today and whatever comes your way, let your emotional side show how you resonate and feel with whatever the situation can be that might be infiltrating your energy. Play on words, but I'm really good at that. My lovely collective, whatever you do today, I am offering you tons, waves, if you will, of continual emotional support, love, light, happiness, smiles, even tears. Because you know what? Not everybody cries for, bad reasons. Some people cry for good reasons. But did you know what crying does? Crying relieves you of tension, inner tension, and it also cleanses you by releasing through your droplets of tears any and all dense or low energy. So next time you cry, think of it as a purge. My lovely collective, wherever you may be, may silly find you, and may happiness always greet you. Love and light, peace and joy.